Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get into the show, a big reminder that today at 1 p.m. UK time, that's 1 p.m. UK time, I'm doing a Transfer Daily Extra Live. That's where you get a chance to come on, have your say, tell me what you're thinking. That's going to be on Playback, right? Playback. If you haven't already signed up to Playback, which is free, absolutely free to sign up to, all you got to do is get into the description, click there, sign up there, and you'll get a reminder every time we go live on there. We've been doing a lot of lives, where we're talking about we're going to be doing a lot of lives, should I say, where we're going to be talking about transfers. So sign up, but a Transfer Daily Extra Live, and you can join me on the stream. I want to hear from as many of you as possible about some of the rumours that we've been hearing about this week, and we've heard about a lot of them. Getting stuck into the rumours. First of all, the Euros continue, and the Euros are kind of interrupting all transfers at the moment, because I must say it's been particularly quiet as regard, not rumours-wise, but as regard players actually physically moving. I mean, there was the big rumour yesterday about Michael Olise turning down Chelsea and the fact that he's going to move to Bayern Munich. But actual movement has been slow, even for players that haven't actually gone to the Euros or gone to Copa America, which started last night as well. So it's going to be really hot, I feel, after some of these tournaments start to go into the second stages. But well done to William Saliba, because some of our players were in action yesterday. He was absolutely brilliant in defence for France. How they were even talking about him not starting seems unbelievable to me. A great performance by him. I saw these little rumours yesterday that Barcelona, this is what starts to happen when you've got really, really top players. Barcelona said to be interested in Saliba. The one good thing about it is that Barcelona don't really have the money they used to have to come and make a big move for a player like Saliba. So I'd expect Saliba to definitely be at Arsenal. But Saliba, great performance yesterday. Not so good for Jakub Kiwior. Poland losing 3-1 to the Austrians. The Austrians look very good, by the way, and they are out of the Euros now. I mean, they've got one more game to play that they're going to be out. And it's going to be interesting with Jakub Kiwior returning back to Arsenal. Will he be staying at Arsenal or will he be moving? We know that AC Milan and we know that Juventus, two clubs very, very interested in signing Kiwior. Remember, we bought him from Italian football. Could he be eyeing a return, or is he happy to be at Arsenal where he knows he's not going to start unless there's an injury to either Gabriel, to Saliba, or maybe even on that left-hand side? So going to be interesting. His future could be getting decided very, very soon. And well done to Alexander Zinchenko, another player that's been linked with a move away from Arsenal. But he had a really good assist yesterday. Played well, he did, for the Ukraine. Great assist by him, and Ukraine winning their game, and they are still alive in the tournament. So well done to Alexander Zinchenko. Now, back on the rumours, Viktor Gyökeres, who I spoke about on yesterday's show. Remember, I spoke about this rumour that's come from a publication called Leonino, which is a sort of Sporting Lisbon-based supporting publication. They started this rumour saying that Gyokeres and Arsenal are in talks. There's more rumours flooding in around it today. Talks apparently have been taking place, and that Arsenal have agreed an initial £76 million plus add-ons that could rise to over 100 million. 100 million for Viktor Gyökeres. I mean, Great season last year, 43 goals, 100 million. That's an eye-watering amount. I mean, as I said, 76 million plus add-ons is what we're being told. There was this rumoured £85 million release clause. Is this just a rumour that's going to go absolutely nowhere, or is there something to it? I said on yesterday's show, Gyokeres had a minor knee operation at the end of May as well. That's going to keep him out for 5 to 6 weeks. It would be a huge gamble. Huge gamble. Do we buy this player based off of having a great season over there? Are these rumours even true? But would you guys buy this player? And you know what? When I do that live show today over on Playback, I'm going to be putting this question to you guys out there. Gyokeres, is it worth that investment? I'm starting to get Nicolas Pepe vibes about this one, right? Which on the one hand you're excited, and on the other hand you're very cautious. And actually, I'm yet to see this rumour really bubble up with some of the big boys, but that, you can't discount it because there's a lot of things with Arsenal that come out of the blue. You know, it was an influencer who was the first person to start mentioning the fact that Kai Havertz could be coming to Arsenal, not any of the big boys, and it actually did happen. So let's not discount it yet. Nico Williams, who's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant at the Euros, sparkling performance the other night, Atletico Bilbao player, also being linked yet again to Arsenal. Now, it's been said that Edu has made him one of his priority signings for the summer. There is an argument to say that if Arsenal don't go and get a striker, they want a wide player that's going to be able to make an impact. And, you know, they've got Havertz, they've got Jesus already, remember. Maybe bringing in another wide player who can make an impact. Nico Williams can play on the right-hand side, can play on the left-hand side, versatile in those. He's quick. He's just a very good player. There's this rumoured release clause that, you know, you listen to some people, they say it's 42 million. Others say 46 million. Let's just say between 42 to 50 million pound, this release clause. Will Arsenal make a move for him? When he was asked about transfers before the Euros, he said, listen, I'm happy at Bilbao. Bilbao gave me everything. They've made me the player I am. I'm now in the Spanish squad. The Bilbao president has come out and said, listen, there's always going to be speculation around these great players, but we're looking in a good position, etc., etc. Nico Williams, he'd like to stay at Bilbao. He loves it there in Bilbao, but there is this release clause, and if that release clause is met, questions will have to be asked, things will have to be considered. Much as he loves it over there, will he stay? He only has to look to his brother, his brother Inaki Williams, who a few years ago, again, was a hot prospect. Arsenal were looking at him. Liverpool were very, very close to signing him. They were putting contracts in place and everything to get the deal done. Even he admits that, Inaki Williams. In the end, he decided to stay at Bilbao. Does he regret that move? He could have got the big move to Liverpool. He stayed at Bilbao. Bilbao, a good club, but they're not one of the huge clubs in Europe. Will Nico Williams be looking on it and thinking, do I make the same mistake of staying, or do I go off and play for a really high-profile club in Arsenal? It's going to be interesting when the Euros finish, because Nico Williams has said not making any decisions until after the Euros. Going to be interesting what he does. But let's keep an eye on that one. Arsenal, we know, have been interested in Ferdi Cagliaro of Fenerbahce. We spoke about this £17 million bid that they put in that was reportedly turned down by Fenerbahce. They could turn their attentions to another left-back. This time a left-back who's playing in the Premier League and also at the Euros. It's a good thing about the Euros. You get to run a real slide rule over some of these players, and that's Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth. They only bought him last year, Bournemouth. But he had a very good season at left back, a very, very good player, been described as the full package by many. And according to some publications, Arsenal are interested in signing Milos Kerkez if they can't get a deal done for 30 Kagioglou. Bournemouth want about £40 million for him. I mean, they didn't pay nowhere near that for them. He's valued at around about 20 million. Bournemouth said to want about 40 million, but he's still only 20. And as I said, just came in last season at Bournemouth, was previously at AZ Alkmaar, and he's looked really, really good in the Premier League, and he's been looking good at the Euros. Manchester United also said to be very, very interested in the left back. Where will Milos Kerkez end up this summer? It doesn't look like he'll be at Bournemouth, so it's going to be, again, another interesting one. They're all interested. Albert Sambi Lakonga, as we know, midfield player, bought by Arsenal a couple of seasons ago, hasn't really hit it off at Arsenal, never really had a chance to really get much game time. When he did come in and get the game time, sort of okay, hasn't really, done the business, when he has come in at Arsenal. Went on loan last season at Luton Town and did really, really well. We started to see a player there. We started to see a player with a lot of potential. However, still going to struggle to get into that Arsenal first team. And there are rumours that he could be sold. There's even rumours that it could be a loan, but Seville are the club that are very, very interested in signing him. Vamos M Sevilla, a publication over there in Spain, they're reporting that Sevilla are very interested in him. Arsenal want anything between about 15 to 20 million pounds. He's got a contract until 2026, so still a couple of years on that deal. We paid around about, just below 15 million for him. So Arsenal want to recoup their money, but it doesn't look like Sambi Lakonga will be at Arsenal for next season. Looks like either will be sold or he will be on loan, but Sevilla showing a big interest. And the other player who's attracting a lot of interest from clubs is Reiss Nelson. In particular, two clubs have apparently made an approach to Arsenal to sign him, and that is West Ham and Nottingham Forest. Arsenal wanting around about £25 million for him. Would be good business for them. Good money into the coffers to then go and move on some of their other targets. So again, let's keep an eye on that one. And Mario Kozier-Jubri, one of the top talents in Arsenal's academy, he could be on the move. This is a real tricky situation for Arsenal because they've got some of these really, really top talented young players, but they don't see a pathway into the first team. It's difficult now to get into that Arsenal first team because they've got so many good players. Even when Saka broke in and Smith Rowe broke in, remember, we were in a poor position at those times, and that's how those players got to get their chance in the first team. That's not so much the case now. We've got a lot of top players in that Arsenal team. I mean, for Sambi Lakonga, how do you break into the team when you've got, Declan Rice there? You've got players like Partey there. It's difficult. Kozier-Jubri, the same thing. So some of these players are looking at it and thinking, do I sign a new deal for Arsenal now that, my contract's coming to an end? Or do I move on to somewhere else where I'm going to play football? Because at the end of the day, every one of these young players, their ambition is to be a professional footballer. That's the first and foremost. They want to play for Arsenal, of course. That's their dream. But they want to be a professional footballer. If they think they're just going to sit around and not get a game and, the odd game here and there, and then there's another club, particularly if it's a Premier League club or some of these clubs abroad that are increasingly coming in for them, they're going to make that move. And Kozier-Jubri looks like he's set to be the next one of these top talents at Arsenal that is going to be leaving the club for pastures new. So those are the rumours today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Listen, don't forget, as I said, 1 p.m. UK time on Playback. You can come and check me out. I'm going to be on there. We'd love to see as many of you come onto the stage as possible. Sign up right now for free, absolutely free of charge. It doesn't cost you a penny by clicking the link in the description on Playback. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.